Hey, this is Stacia, and we are going to look at my round four game in the Cleveland Open. Okay, so I was sitting at 1.5 out of 3 at this part of the tournament and feeling pretty good. Now it's Sunday morning, I'm ready to play yet another 1900. Although I should mention that my first opponent, now I don't know if you guys have ever had this issue, but it said 1900 on the pairing sheet. The tournament has since been rated, and it actually said his real rating was 1632. So the big deal I made about beating my first 1900 was actually not even true. So that took the wind out of my sails a little bit, but still that was a good game, I think. Um so Okay, let's look at round four. Now, this guy really is 1900. His name is Edward Garner from West Virginia. Okay. Now, there is some psychological aspects to this game. I guess I'll share it now because it's kind of important. Right before the game, my friend slash acquaintance, Trey Modlin, came over and he said to my opponent in a joking way, like, "Oh, she's crazy. She plays gambits. Watch out." And I think he was joking. I don't think he knows that I play that way now. So he actually kind of tipped off my opponent a little bit. But I thought, how much would that really matter? I didn't think it would matter that much. And my opponent actually responded with, "Oh, well, I have just the opening then." That's what he said. And I thought, he could mean that or he could be messing with me. Whatever. It's playful, of course. Um, so when we started the game, he slapped on the move F4. So this is the bird's opening. And well, guess what? The only move that I play against this is a gambit, E5, from's gambit. Look, you can see the computer doesn't like it. It's kind of funny. I don't want it to show that. How do I disable that? Okay, that's better. Disabled. So, and he actually said after this move, he's like, "Wow, you actually played it." Okay, so that sets the stage. Now let's go into this. He took D6 as the idea, takes. Okay, and from's gambit is funny because, like, white can mess up right in the opening. There's a lot of tricks. Like, let's say knight here, and I would play G5, and this actually was played in the game. White could lose the game if they just play like H3, checkmate. So the bishop actually does create some pressure and some threats on the king side. But of course, he wasn't going to blunder like that. And they usually play G3 here, which is what I'm used to. And then I go here, and then they go here, and I go knight E7. And that is the way I'm used to proceeding. But he actually played a new move here, D4, which I haven't even seen yet. So here I am on my own already, and so what to do? Well, I decided to go ahead with G4. That looks logical. And the knight jumped into the G5 square. So now I had to figure out what to do in this incredibly sharp opening where my opponent's probably still in theory and I have no clue what I'm doing. But there's lots of time on my clock. So I thought a long time. I looked at different moves. I thought about, knight here. I thought about just developing. I thought about H6. I thought about a lot of stuff. And I decided to play this move because it is what I play in that other line. So I calculated e4 here. That looks logical. And then I was seeing lines where this knight gets trapped. So like, this does happen, so I'll show it. e4, and I thought here I could go f6. Now, maybe h6 is better. I couldn't decide which one I wanted. I liked f6 because it guards the e4 square, but on the other hand, it opens up the diagonal towards my king as well. So probably h6 is better. I'm actually going to ask the engine because I'm curious. But, you know, in hindsight, looking at this, I bet you that h6 is better. Let's see. No, it likes my move better. It says after h6, there's knight takes f7. Yeah, I actually saw that in the game. This is why I played f6. So, let's disable it all again. Okay. So, wow, I found the right move. That is nice to see. Okay, so the knight, you know, with the pawn on e4, the knight is actually trapped now. So I thought white had some options here. They could play e5. They could even try this move. This looks interesting, I thought. Because if I take it, you know, maybe they check me and they're going to get a lot of play. My king is very exposed. So he did decide to go with, well, let's see. Sorry, I don't know why I can't control my computer today. Okay, yeah, he did go with this move, e5. Okay, and so I saw that this was an idea, and now I have a choice, right? I can choose to win material, or I can choose to give back material. So here's the problem, though. I actually didn't see this until this moment. I was planning this move, but here's the problem. When he takes, and we trade queens, and I take the knight, he has bishop takes, right? And I think I'm still a pawn down. I'm still a pawn down with queens off the board. So that's not going to be a good ending. So I shouldn't do that. So I had to change gears here and play, well, the gutsy move. Another move I could consider is this. Could consider that move. I mean, again, like if I move my bishop, I don't know, can I play that way? Can I do that? It's probably the best way to go. Let's see what the engine wants here. Just for fun. I have to enable, then turn it back on. Okay. The engine wants bishop takes e5 and says, yeah. All right, well, I'm spoiling the fact that white's already much better. If this computer says, oh, bishop c4. Yeah, that's a big threat. Okay. Well, something like that happens in the game. So let's, I guess I'm kind of spoiling what's going to happen, right? Okay, I took the knight. I felt like this is my best chance because I'm going to take material and then hold on for dear life, right? Wait, is that what I played? Yeah, I did play that. Yeah, and he didn't even take the bishop. Yeah, so if he takes the bishop, I actually did kind of like this. I mean, white's probably better here. Yeah, white's better, but I thought I could play this at least. Now white's much better still. Okay, I'm going to leave the engine on now because I keep going back and forth. All right, well, he took this way, which is a really interesting move. So now, you know, okay, I'm going to play this. Now, this loses a lot of time. My extra material will be not really in the game, you know, after c3. And, well, then I have to try to survive. If I survive, I'll be up material. If I don't survive, then I lose. So, c3, bishop h5. Wow. I guess that's a blunder. Computer wants to give up the bishop right away. Okay, fine. But I'm trying to save my bishop. All right, so bishop to c4 was played. To be honest with you guys, I didn't even see this move. I did not notice that he has all kinds of crazy checks on f7. And he's getting ready to castle now. The rook will be on f1. There's an open f file already. Yeah, it looks pretty bad for black. So I had to keep calculating all this stuff. And I went with the move. Well, I desperately wanted to unpin as well. So I considered the move rook f8, which is the move the engine gives. But here I was wondering about this. Like, he can attack my rook. I guess I have to go here. Yeah, here. Only move. And then, I mean, what am I doing, right? Look at my position. It's insane. I did not like this. So I didn't play that way. And if I go, I almost played the move queen d7. But I thought if I did this, he might be able to play bishop f7 check. It says he should just castle, but I'm even wondering about this. Is this good? I guess it's not good. I can come back. But still, once again, how am I going to develop from here? It's just, I'm never going to castle now. Like, I don't know. So I ruled out all that stuff, and I decided to go for an idea that I analyzed in a blitz game once. Knight to c6. My idea is to develop, right? I want to develop, and I want to do a counter sacrifice. So he castled. That's the best move. Because now that's a thing. And I did see that was coming, so I played knight takes e5. So this is the best move. It does cover f7 temporarily, and if he takes the knight, which he probably should, we will go into an ending where white is better. But what else can I really do? So he took here first, which was, I guess, not correct. But he's going to play rook e1 and, like, pin me and stuff. So I went queen takes, of course. I got to develop. Rook e1 was played. And here I went bishop e6. That move's funny. I probably could play this move. I saw this move, you know, pinning the pawn. Then if he would try this, I could actually take and be winning. So it does stop rook takes. But I didn't see what to do after king h1. Still, I should probably have thrown this move in. It looks reasonable to throw it in. And then I could do this, I guess. Yeah, so the idea of bishop e6 is kind of similar. I'm going to sack my queen for a rook and a piece, or so I hoped. He took here, I took, he took, and now I pretty much got to take this and hope that I can hold the ending. Check here. Yeah, and I felt a little hopeful here. But, you know, it was in this position that my hopes started to slip because, okay, I'm down a pawn. This pawn is pretty strong. And, you know, my rooks could fight fairly well, I think, if they were coordinated. Or wait, am I just down like tons of material here? Let's see. So I have 2 rooks, he has a queen, I have a bishop, he has a knight. Yeah, I'm just down like tons of material, right? Let's actually count. I like doing that sometimes. So 9 plus 3 is 12, 17, and 6 pawns is 23 points of material. I have 10, 13. Yeah, I'm just down tons of material. I didn't even realize that during the game, I don't think. I didn't realize it was that much, but I figured I was losing. So I was playing for tricks at this point. It's the only thing I can do. Castles, because, you know, if the queen goes on vacation, which she will, I can try for back rank. I mean, who's going to screw that up though? So he developed his knight. So I attacked it. I did see ways to like win the queen, but it's still going to be losing is the thing. Like, for example, I thought I could play rook a to g8 here, but I didn't like this. And then when I take the queen, he takes back, so that's not good. But he could even do this. This looks totally fine for him as well. This is still very winning. Yeah, computer says +8. So I can't even play this move. So I took a pawn. I mean, what else? Yeah, now the truth hurts, right? Like I'm gonna get mated. Like, I was really scared of this, and it's really hard to defend. Like, I just kept thinking the queen's gonna go here, here. Whoops. Oh my gosh, sorry. Okay, the queen's gonna go there, 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 somewhere in the H file. And I was so focused on that because I can't even defend that pawn. Like, if I go here, which is probably the only move, there, there, then he could check me, and I was seeing stuff like that. And I completely overlooked that he has another way to attack the pawn. Because, like, if I try this, the knight's guarding here. If I try this one, the knight's guarding here too. Like, I don't have anywhere except for rook f8. So I felt like it was kind of forced. And then he slapped down this move. So the truth hurts, right? I'm getting mated. There's no way out. I would have to take the knight. So it was in this position that I resigned. So, you know, at the end of the game, my opponent told me that he had just studied this line and he couldn't believe he actually got it on the board. And it was clear to me that that tip off at the beginning of the game might have influenced his opening choice, since he had just looked at this. So thanks a lot, Trey. But no, it's not Trey's fault. The truth is, what I should have done, and which I thought about doing, was after one f4, you know, this is my fault. I need another move I can play aside from this. You know, I thought about playing d5 here, and that's probably the correct move in that exact situation, just because of what was going on. Like, we were just talking about Gambits. He seemed ready. And, well, I did fall into... I mean, I was so happy at this point until d4. And at d4, you know, I did feel like I don't know this line, and it seems like my opponent knows it very well. So you're not going to believe this, but it turns out that this move lost the game. Knight to e7, and I was much worse the rest of the game. There were no chances for me. So basically, I got stuck in opening preparation, and well, I learned a valuable lesson. So what should I have done instead? Like, if I wanted to play this line, what's the correct move? The idea is actually f5, which is, I think, hard to find yourself unless you've seen it before. The idea is to trap the knight, and then white plays this usually. And in this position, we play h6. So now the knight is trapped. Then they go e5, and we can play like, I guess we can take the knight. No, computer hates that. So it looks like we're supposed to play bishop e4 check. I guess we want them to play c3 to stop the knight probably. And then we go, wow, now we take the knight. That just seems weird. Why would I take the knight now? Or we go bishop f8. Why would I do that? Well, I'm going by what the engine wants now. No, bishop f8's horrible. So I guess, yeah, there's only 6 games in this position, so like, I'm just using the engine. This is very interesting though. I remember that after e5, National Master Michael Jolson said go bishop e7 here. And then he said they do have this idea then. But this is better for black. I could actually play this way if I want to. So the computer likes this one better. It just looks ridiculous. So, but I guess they take, I don't know what's going on here. This is pretty wild. Bishop c4, and then I go knight c6. And I guess the game goes on from here. It looks like it's going to be a really sharp game to me. But yeah, who would guess that? I had no idea I have to play f5 here. But I do. It's the only move. So there you go. I got caught in opening prep this game. So definitely not happy to lose 2 games in a row, but I am playing up a section, so it's a reasonable thing to happen. But, you know, I figured I'm going to have 1 more game to go, and if I could grab a win and end the tournament on that note, I would be extremely happy and end up with 2.5 out of 5, and I would gain rating points. So that was definitely my goal going into the last game, which I will post tomorrow. So hope you're enjoying following my chess journey. So I'll be back with the last game. Okay, bye.